Hey, I'm Aaron, and my big inquiry question was, what would happen if I only ate healthy or unhealthy food for 2 days? But before I answer that, I need to address my two smaller questions, which are, what makes food unhealthy, and how does unhealthy foods impact our bodies? So the first question, what makes food unhealthy? All comes down to the nutrients. Unhealthy foods typically has lower nutritional value and higher amounts of sugar and sodium. And my second question, how does unhealthy foods impact our bodies, is a little bit more difficult to answer, as it varies from person to person. However, with that being said, short-term effects of eating unhealthy foods can include fatigue and stress. Long-term effects can also include tooth decay and type 2 diabetes. Now that I've answered the two smaller questions, we can move on to the main point of this presentation. What would happen if I only ate healthy or unhealthy foods for 2 days? To find out the answer, I decided to test it on myself. This meant for 2 days, I was to only eat junk food, and then for another 2 days, only eat foods that were good for me. I also kept track of the calories, sodium, and sugar of each food, then did a short fitness test after each day, which included push-ups and chin-ups. With that being said, on day one of eating unhealthy, I had McDonald's for breakfast. More specifically, a chicken McGriddle, apple juice, and a hash brown. For lunch, I had a packet of seaweed and a bag of Lay's chips. After school, I had two snacks, a Crunch Bar and barbecue chips with chocolate milk. For dinner, I then had two pizza pops. Now that day one was over, I had to complete my fitness test. These were the push-ups, and these were the chin-ups. Day two was a little bit harder to track what I was eating. However, for breakfast, I had chicken nuggets and chocolate milk. For lunch, I then had a root beer and a hot dog. After school, I then had a Hershey's cookies and cream bar, as well as black Gatorade. For dinner, I then had one slice of pizza. And these are the push-ups, and these are the chin-ups I did for day two. That completed my 2 days of eating unhealthy, and now it was time for me to only eat foods that were good for me. But wait, keeping track of the calories, sodium, and sugar of healthy food was kinda hard, as most of the foods I ate were homemade. With that being said, on day one of eating unhealthy, I had a bagel with peanut butter and a whole banana, as well as a glass of milk. I wasn't too hungry, and all I had for lunch was a banana. When I got home, I had a snack of a glass of milk. For dinner, on day one, I had beef Slovakia with mashed potatoes, peas, and corn. And this is my fitness test. For day two, I actually slept in and missed breakfast. However, for lunch, I had an orange with milk. And for dinner, on the final day of my experiment, I had lamb Slovakia with mashed potatoes and corn. And this is my fitness test. So that completed my 2 days of eating healthy versus unhealthy. The days on the left are when I ate unhealthy, and the days on the right are when I did eat healthy. So those are my push-up totals, as well as my chin-up totals. Overall, this project was pretty good, and I hope to do more things like this in the future. Thanks for listening.